time it is. Let's go, it's game day, baby. Woo!
Welcome to Logan, Utah. Get ready for Conference USA taking on the Mountain West at the D. Glenn Spectrum. And the Herd, that's the fans, they're going to be fired up as number 16 Utah State taking on University of Texas San Antonio. Good evening to everyone. He's Doug Gottlieb. I'm Ari Wolf. So glad that you're with us. Utah State ranked number 16 in the country, highest ranking in almost 50 years, Doug. And what Craig Smith has done with this program, he's made it not only successful, but a lot of fun, too.
Yeah, I mean, they play an up-and-down style. They share the basketball. They shoot it exceptionally well. They're playing well this year, and they're without their best defensive player and best NBA prospect,
right,
which is going to allow them to continue to develop some of their other players. This is a fantastic team that kind of took the Mountain West by storm this year, that the hunted instead of the hunter.
Certainly a big difference. All right, let's check in with the third member of our broadcast team, Danny Clevenger.
Guys, I'm really looking forward to this one tonight, and thank you to all of our viewers here on Facebook. In case you've never seen one of our Facebook broadcasts before, you're in for a real treat. You are just as much a part of this broadcast as Doug or Ari are. You're going to talk to us throughout this broadcast. Make sure you're commenting. We'll call out your comments on air. And then also post a photo to Instagram and show me which team you're rooting for. All you got to do is post that photo, use the hashtag UTSA versus USU. I will pull that picture from Instagram and show it right here on the broadcast. We want you to be involved. Start off by telling which team you're rooting for in the comments right now below.
All right, thanks, Danny. We look forward to that.
Easy, not as big as Ari and I are. Maybe as big as Danny is in the broadcast. You're important.
Very important. All right, now when we talk about Utah State and players to watch, the reigning Mountain West Player of the Year, Sam Merrill, one of the guys in the country I think is really just fun to watch because he's such a smart basketball player.
He's a basketball player.
Yep.
He plays defense. He loves to pass. He can post a little bit. He's a great shooter. He can score off the bounce. Not a spectacular athlete, but don't sleep on him because he finds a way to get you off balance and has a variety of finishing shots. Grew up here in Logan watching the Aggies, and he's likely to go down as their most decorated, arguably best player in the history of their program, which is a tall order considering Wayne Estes has the basketball facility named after him.
That is very true. Now, they've had to look at some other guys early in the season without Mia Keita is out, so Justin Bean has really stepped in and done a lot.
An amazing story. You know, walk on from Moore, Oklahoma, went on his mission and decided to turn down scholarship offers and come play here. Last January, they gave him a scholarship, played a big part in their Mountain West Conference tournament run. He's a 6'6", 6'7", kind of goofy-looking four-man who the crowd loves, his teammates love, and you're going to love because he just does all the little things it takes.
All right, for UTSA, the Roadrunners. No beep, 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 beep. Okay. Javon Jackson is an elite scorer. Is he found his game? Is this team tonight maybe a get-right game for them?
It should be. You know, he got 24 shots up in their loss to Delaware. 24 shots, but there's a reason that he has the trust of his coaching staff because he is a bucket getter. Averaged about 24 a game last year, averaging about 26 a game. The field goal percentage isn't what they would like it to be, but he and Keaton Wallace form a dynamic duo. What you're going to see from Javon is deep, deep range. He kind of shoots from awkward spots on the floor. Originally from Puerto Rico, he's got kind of a funky game, but he is fearless. And when he sees Sam Merrill, Mountain West Conference, preseason player of the year, on the schedule, I would expect him to come out firing on all cylinders.
All right, Danny's pretty brave right now. She's out there in front of the Herd. Danny, what do you got?
Well, I'm here in the student section right here. They're called the Herd, and this is the reason there's a very big home court advantage here for Utah State. And I'm holding this can of beans because they're actually having a food drive here, but specifically beans tonight for Justin Bean time. And of course, afterwards, they will donate all these beans, but don't be confused if you see that. But this home court advantage seriously works. This team is 17-1 under head coach Craig Smith here at home and a whopping 10-0 against non-conference opponents, guys. It's a real deal here.
Yeah, it's one of the great atmospheres of college basketball. It's fun.
This place, Danny, you know, we used to do games, Big West games, when they were dominating the Big West. And this was impossible. Impossible to win here.
Yeah.
Impossible. And, you know, one of the things that you know, Stu Morrill, he struggled to get teams to come in here and play. Like, we're not playing there. No chance.
And they struggled this year to get teams to come and play. Craig Smith was telling me nobody wants to come here to play now. Keaton Wallace is the other guard to watch. He's a part of that dynamic backcourt. They were the #2 scoring backcourt in America last year. And Brock Miller will knock down some threes. He'll definitely throw up a bunch of them. He's already made 13 threes on the season, and he's an elite three-point shooter.
And then you got Abel Porter, who, of course, another former walk-on. He is an old man, plays an old man. Like, this Utah State team is fun to watch. UT San Antonio's been disappointing this year. But, like, look, you got Keaton Wallace, you got Devon Jackson, you got a really well-respected coaching staff. They got a chance to win this game. And this guy, Craig Smith, what can you say about the job he's done? Not just here, but at South Dakota, proceeding here.
He's one of those guys who, when you're around him, you just feel this positive energy.
He's a Met guy.
Yeah, he's got that swagger to him. Guys believe in him.
I don't know if I'd say swagger, though. Swagger comes across cocky, like he's just fun and loquacious.
I think swagger in the nicest possible way.
Yeah, but usually think swagger is a guy who's, you know.
No, he does it with class.
Now, this guy, Steve Henson, longtime assistant under Lon Kruger, who he played for at Kansas State, one of the great players in the history of the Big 8. McPherson, Kansas.
All right, here we go. We got 20 minutes on the clock.
McPherson Bullpups. They play in the Dog Dome.
All right, here we go. Abel Porter with it. Now a junior from Farmington, Utah. When he was inserted in the starting lineup with 17 games to go last year, they got better in every statistical category.
Yep.
By the way, if you're noticing the new uniform design, Sam Merrill had a role in the new uniforms. They went back to more of their 70s, 80s style.
They're great. Really, really cool unis.
Yeah.
What's old is new, right?
That's right.
Short shorts are in now. These are shorter.
Definitely shorter.
You need to walk out with some of those. Good.
Porter inbound from the baseline. Get to the big fella. Armosky. Merrill's triple, yes! Doesn't take long. Gets it off so quickly. Merrill, as we mentioned, the reigning Mountain West Player of the Year. He was the preseason Mountain West Player of the Year. Last year, he was honorable mention All-American from the Associated Press. Deep three, no good. We got a foul underneath against the Roadrunners.
So this is an All-American and how he does his stuff. Everybody runs his play. Simply diagonal screen into a double screen, and you go under the screen for 1 second. Why are you going under the screen on a great shooter?
Well, you know, we talked.
You're supposed to tailgate or chase. Danny, what did you guys call it in college when you chase?
Shooters. Yeah, chase the shooters.
Yeah. I mean, it's rule number one. When you're facing a great shooter, he's a great shooter, you chase him. You make him curl to the basket to your big guys.
So we've talked over our first couple of stadium games, Doug, about how the longer three-point line would affect guys. For Utah State, I don't think it affects them at all. All their guys like to shoot from range. So at least Sam Merrill's not going to be bothered by it. The Roadrunners gets some offense going here. Well, there's their stud in traffic, Jackson with the deuce.
Devon Jackson played high school basketball in Dallas, played with the Puerto Rican national team. And you notice he's not wearing the knee brace anymore. Tore his ACL at the end of his star-studded freshman year.
That's a rare sighting. A Brock Miller two-point field goal. 76% of his shots come from beyond the arc. On the move. Roadrunners.
Ooh, Abel Porter got it right in the future, I believe.
Very polite way of saying it. I like that. I haven't heard that described before as the future. Let's see if where Porter takes his hit.
That is not a charge, by the way. That is. He was not close to set. This
I think
is
it was a sympathy foul.
We do this. We do this to officials, which is impossible. We say you got to have your feet outside the semicircle, right?
Yep.
But they no longer. You can't do both things. You can't see if the guy is set and if his feet are outside the semi. It's very difficult to do.
Good point.
So yes, were his feet outside the semicircle? Sure. Were they set? Absolutely not.
Porter has worked on his finishing skills. Doesn't do it there. Armosky. Armosky, the tallest player in program history at 7'2". They have 3 7-footers on the team. Jackson. This is the three. Merrill comes away with it.
Abel Porter doing a great job on Jackson, just forcing him to take tough shots, and then Jackson does not challenge.
You give him any open space, he gets that jumper off. He's 2 for 2 from long distance.
I mean, Javon Jackson's a great player, but the reason the Roadrunners have struggled is they take bad shots. He takes a contested three. Now a simple little switch, like-sized player, Abel Porter sets the screen. You can't be that slow. This is Sam Merrill has 2 buckets, both on 1 going under a screen and 2, Javon Jackson slow to close out on the switch. And it doesn't mean that he's going to miss, but you're increasing the probability of a make by not challenging that jump shot.
Ronan doesn't want the shot.
He is a great shooter, not a good shooter.
Loose ball, Roadrunners come down with it. Karboski didn't even have to jump for that rebound with those long arms up in the air. That was awesome.
Think about it for Utah State. Their best pro prospect is Nima Keita, the Portuguese national who had an incredible season last year. Could play a little bit in the coming games, but the ability to develop Karnowski in the meantime.
All right, check this out. He doesn't even have to leave the floor. Watch 52. Okay, there he leaves it, but when he goes to get the rebound, he's on the floor.
That's amazing. It's amazing.
Merrill, can he go
Again,
3 for 3?
under the screen. Why are you going under the screen? What are you doing?
What a start for Sam Merrill and the Aggies. Quickly 11-2, and Merrill's got 9.
There's smart basketball, and then there's dumb basketball. Okay, doesn't mean you're a dumb person or a dumb human being, but you can make dumb basketball plays. And Javon Jackson is a great scorer. This is a dumb basketball play. Hey, dude, the guy's got 2 threes already. Last time you didn't challenge, you made a 3 in your eye. When you went under the screen, you made a 3. Why are you going under the screen? It's not possible in the scouting report. There's 0.0% chance.
All right, so this is the only Division I player last year with better than 46% from field goals, 37% from 3, and 90% from the free throw line.
And great hair. Really good hair.
Yeah,
I'm thinking what, is that probably a 1 guard blended? I'd say he's got good hair.
Good hair, and on the season, he's 10 of 16 from three-point land. He is an elite shooter.
I don't know. Danny, help me, please.
Danny, help
Why
us
are they going
understand.
under the screen?
As a shooter, I would pray for that.
Right?
I would be like, please go under a screen for me.
Jackson shoots, leaves it short. Jackson again. Well, he's going to get his shots, nothing else.
I mean, look, dude, he's pat quick. He knows how to get points. But you can't give up 3 to get 2, especially to such a good player. Now he gets a little, and you can complain about the foul, you put your hands on him. Abel Porter's not going to go in there and score. Just be smart, stay out of foul trouble.
That last basket by Jackson stopped an 8-0 run for the Aggies. Utah State's got LSU coming up. That'll be interesting because they want to see them against some other competition.
Again, under a screen, switching.
Did him a favor and missed one. And that goes in off the glass.
That's Keaton Wallace. Keaton's really struggled with his shot. He's not a great shooter anyway. He's more of a volume guy, but he's a freak athlete.
Nice
Great pocket pass.
Karboski gets easy 2, and he'll get a chance for 3. Porter with a beautiful assist. He averages 5 assists per game.
All right, so freeze it right. Well, he used ball screen, now freeze it. Okay, so it's a ball screen, re-screen. And that's Abel Porter. It's called manipulating the ball screen. He goes off one side, you go under it because he's not a shooter. Now you go back off of it and throws a beautiful pocket pass.
All right, Danny.
Guys, let's check in with our fans a little bit, right?
All right.
They're already chiming in on Facebook. And we've got Skylar Clemens who says Merrill's going to go for 30. But no.
But they leave him open. Yeah, he's going to go for 30.
Well, Tony Anderson says he's going to go for 50. You see that, right?
Yeah.
Well, let's take a look at this because in their first 4 games, Utah State actually has been led in scoring by 4 different players, okay? So the first game, Montana State, Merrill had 28. Justin B, 18 against Weber State. Brock Miller, 27 against Denver. You can see that right there. Alfonso Anderson, 21 against North Carolina A&T. So my question to you guys and, of course, to our viewers watching on Facebook, who will be the leading scorer tonight for Utah State? Will Merrill keep it up? Are Anderson and Clemens right? 30 or 50? Let me know in the comments section.
All right, my take here is if he plays more than 25 minutes, Merrill wins. But if the game gets too lopsided, then maybe Merrill does it because he doesn't play enough minutes. That's the only way I see him not leading.
I mean, look, if they're going to continue to guard him this way, I mean, they've gone under a couple screens, and then on handoffs, they're slow to close out. And, you know, part of the problem is, so Karnowski, who's now out of the game, 7 foot, he's just a huge tree of a man. But because he's not a shooter, you're playing, the big guy's playing at the Mountain West logo. So you don't have another big guy to put a hand up on it, so you have to go over all these screens. Have to.
Or, I mean, they could go to trap a ball screen.
Yes.
That would even be a better option than going under.
Yes.
We have more college hoops coming your way on Saturday. SMU visits UNLV. You can catch the game exclusively on Facebook at 10:30 Eastern Stadium. Welcome to the game.
We'll be there.
We will.
SMU undefeated. Karnowski misses the N1.
Zumbel will now run the point for him. Jackson will play at the 2 guard. He gets bumped by Porter.
So their inability to get Keaton Wallace going is really what's hurt UTSA.
Well, last year those guys combined for 43 points per game. Wallace this season is under 14 points per game.
Well, the shooting percentage, though, is
it's under 30%.
Yes.
Rona gives to Jackson. Shot no good. And up high is another 7-footer, Trevin Dorius. He's a walk-on. Just came back from his mission this year.
And that's one of the things that Utah State's been able to do. Well, we mentioned Abel Porter's before, walk-on, beautiful bounce pass there to Sam Merrill.
Sam couldn't handle it initially. Like the hustle from everybody getting on the floor. I believe it's going to be Roadrunner basketball.
I do like, and I've watched Jackson play a lot. Watch how quickly he gets on the floor, and then he gets the ball, gets hit in the head, and then he gets up. Be good at the bottom of a football pile. Everything UTSA does is to try and get to the basketball in an advantageous situation.
Bior with it, and we got a foul. That's going to go against the Roadrunners. Germany got it.
He just stuck out a wing. A little bit of a... No, it wasn't Germany. It was... What was that? Cutting. Yeah, that was Hullums. Hullums kind of clipped him.
Yep.
Hullums clipped him. And Porter sold a little bit.
Into another 7-footer, and this time Dorius can't handle the pass. It's the second tallest team in the country.
Wow.
3 7-footers. There is some speculation that Keita could be back at least a little bit for LSU, but I know that they're caring more about the long-term prospect for him. Bior's 3, no. Germany underneath, has it, and finishes with the left hand.
See how Helms does on Sam Merrill.
That gets blocked by Germany. Roadrunners cut it to a 5-point game. Wow. I mean, if you can make it, shoot them all night.
No, I told you guys, he has in the gym range, and he plays for a coach who's a great scorer, a little bit more of a traditional point guard, but you play for a guy that you average 25 a game. That you got to live with some bad ones every once in a while.
Merrill almost lost the handle. He hasn't turned it over, Mike. Porter's 3, too strong.
He's so much more confident shooting the basketball this year than last. Last year was like a last resort. People wouldn't guard him, and he'd occasionally knock it down.
Like the title of your book, last year he was open for a reason.
Yeah, there you go. It's that ball screen continuity that just about everybody in college basketball runs.
Bior, but he pushed it off. That's got to be offensive, and it is. So I ran into him at the hotel, guys, and we had a conversation.
And he said something that was a great compliment. He said, you know what, he's like, we got to play more like Utah State. And to hear that from a guy on the other team before the game, I think that was real recognition of respect. Yeah.
I'd agree. Now, Utah State's gotten a little slump here as they've gone away from getting the ball to Sam Merrill. But that also is important. Danny, you mentioned the different leading scorers. Like, look, if you're going to win in the Mountain, you're going to win the Mountain West. We've seen San Diego State. You got to have multiple options.
Sean Barstow's checked in. If you recognize Sam Barstow, yes, it is Cam Barstow's younger brother.
But he's the before picture to Cam Barstow.
Yeah, right. Now, he'll fill in, but boy, Cam Barstow really made himself into a great college player.
Played in the NBA.
Yeah.
He's like a 6'5" post.
Merrill doesn't want three. Can't finish with the left. Here comes Wallace. Nice extra pass that time. And they get the three. Roadrunners have really picked up their play as Zumbel makes the three. This is third of the season.
He can shoot the basketball. I told you all lefties can shoot.
I thought it was just that they look good doing it.
They do look good shooting, and then when you look good, you feel good, you play good. Going.
Germany. Swish. How about the Roadrunners? Craig Smith has to get a timeout.
Shouldn't be surprising. And you've seen the Roadrunner commercial. That Roadrunner never stops. Meep meep. Never stops.
Beep beep. All right, Danny. What's next for us?
Thing about Danny is she grew up after the era of Saturday morning cartoons, Wile E. Coyote.
That's not true. I knew exactly what you were talking about.
I knew you know our stuff, but you didn't wake up Saturday morning. We all watched cartoons, right?
Yes.
You had a lot more options.
Rocket Power was my deal.
What was?
Rocket Power.
Yeah,
oh my gosh, that's so sad. You're missing out on some good cartoons.
Cell phone era.
Yeah.
That's fair. Okay, let's talk a little bit more about Jackson and Wallace in this situation. Okay, so Jackson, obviously, when he grew up, he saw players in the NBA like Curry, Harden, who are seeing guys making a living behind the arc. So he thought to himself, hey, I'm just going to practice my shot, right? So he moved to Dallas. You talked about him living in Dallas, and he's 7th grade, and he focused almost exclusively on shooting, probably just straight for 3 years. And it really shows. We talk about, you see him take the shots that he's taking. He's taking 40% of UTSA's shots while he was on the floor last year. You can see it's probably going to go that same way again this year. And then when you pair him up with Keaton Wallace, who's just a little bit bigger body, but deadly from 3. He just needs 2 to tie the all-time mark, 2 threes to tie the all-time mark at UTSA. But between the duo, it's very interesting because Coach, usually you don't just come out and say, hey, everybody else just play your role, get the ball to these 2 guys. But everywhere that I've seen and in talking to him, that's what he says. He says, hey, we've got 2 alpha males on our team.
Yes.
There's no room for a 3rd alpha male.
Right.
Everybody else come in, move the ball around, but in dire situations, in stress situations, in scramble situations, he's totally fine with Jackson just going to work.
Yeah, that's how they're wired. And it's worked for them. It has not worked for them this year, obviously, and part of that is Keaton hasn't played as well as they'd like, but that's...
Is it weird as another player, though, to just know that it doesn't really matter? If you're making threes left and right, you're not going to enter that.
I mean, if you start running a fever, but you're going to score off of the fact that people pay it. Both those guys have gravity. You got to pay attention to them. So, I mean, like, look, I played with some great scores at Oklahoma State, and it didn't matter if we were up 10 or down 20. Like, those guys, Desmond Mason,
those were the ones that got the ball.
They were getting shots. My job to get them shots.
I can't get over the arm length on this young man from Poland. I mean, he's 7'2". I feel like the arm length's more like 7'6". Kuba Kowarski. See, he's still kind of getting up to speed, coming over. Playing at North Platte Community College. That shot no good, tip no good. Brito comes away with it. Can't buy one. It's been almost 4 minutes since the Aggies have scored.
It's a pretty good look, though. But they've done a much better job of crowding Sam Merrill. I mentioned Brito, of course, one of the 2 Portuguese players in this team.
2 of the 3 in all of college basketball. They dominate.
See, you know what Portugal's main export is?
What is that?
Cork.
I had that in a sandwich today.
Cork?
Oh, I think it said pork.
No, cork.
I was like, really?
Arkansas, Arkansas pork.
And there's concern that there isn't enough cork.
Yeah.
They're running low on cork.
Really?
Yeah.
You're
There's real
full of
concern.
random facts there, Doug. I like it.
Yeah, they're fun.
I do my research.
They're Doug's fun facts. Wallace with it, uses the screen. Good defense. Jumper, way short this time for Germany. Bairstow, who's a 6'8" point guard. It almost looked like
Well, he tried to euro. That was a nasty collision there. He tries to euro to his right.
Ow, that looked almost like an elbow to the face.
This is the last Utah State bucket. They finally get back on the board. And Sam Merrill passing off to the junior. Mentioned Platt Junior College. Here's another fact. Okay, so Utah State, one of the things you can get here is you can get your AA degree. So if you don't graduate from junior college player, you can get your AA degree. You can also get your GED here. Like, you don't actually have to graduate high school to enroll here. Now, to play, you have to hit the normal qualifications.
Right. Huh. Wallace, no. Kowarski can't handle it. Cronin finds Helms, the triple, spins out.
Brito's a great glue guy. He can do a lot of things well. Real versatile player.
I love when they have Bean and Burrito in there at the same time. Who doesn't love a Bean Burrito?
You're on fire tonight, brother. Feeling good.
One of my favorite teams in college basketball. A great arena. Who's not having fun?
Jackson short with it. Bairstow the rebound.
In the bounce. Burrito.
Oh, that's
blocked
Jackson. By Jackson. Being basket on the foul.
Tremendous effort by Javon Jackson, who's probably 5'10". He jumps up and stays in the air, blocks that shot, but that's what Justin Bean does, he just cleans some things up. So Justin Bean, I mean, like, look, with the broken nose, with the headband, with the things on the knees, like, he's got the whole basketball dork look going.
He does.
He got his teeth busted in.
Yeah.
Right.
In one of the games. Had oral surgery directly after the game. I
listen,
mean, like, this guy is tough. He needs
is
some
tough.
saran wrap around him, some sort of bubble wrap.
So, you know, he's from Moore, Oklahoma, Southmore High School. So Moore, Oklahoma is known because they've had tornadoes wipe out that town like 2 or 3 times. Just north of Norman. But he looks like Billy Hoyt from White Man Can't Jump.
Helms, no.
Right? Like, doesn't he? Like, if
here?
Justin Bean walks out on the floor, you're like, yo, man, can I get some run? You're like, no, you can't get any run. No chance. But he's great for what they need. His mom actually got her AA degree here. His dad played at Idaho State in Pocatello, which is about 2 hours up the road. Of course, they played against the Bengals.
That's actually why he changed his number to 34 this year to honor his pops.
They played Idaho State.
Baristich, no. And B with the rebound. He's averaging 11 rebounds per game. Sets up Miller for the triple. Count it. Aggies up by 5. Brito got a hand on it. And Brock Miller wide open. And he'll throw it down. Well, we've had some crazy momentum changes in this first half. That's a real tough shot that gets blocked. Porter the drive and the finish. Well, Steve Henson not happy.
So look, Steve Henson has a right. The first turnover looked like it was a foul. But then Javon, I don't think that's a foul either. That's not a foul. That's just he just got the ball stolen from him. So Steve Henson kind of lost his mind there on the steal. So then Javon Jackson comes down, takes a contested 3 that gets blocked, and they give up a layup.
Suddenly they're down 9.
I wouldn't have called a foul either.
Go deeper into the biggest college games each week on Tape Don't Lie. Stadium college football analyst Michael Felder goes into the film room with a rotating cast of football experts. New episodes drop each week on Stadium's Facebook page. Stadium, welcome to the game.
So Logan, Utah, okay, in the Cache Valley. Right? Logan River. There's Mount Logan as well. So apparently there's some Logan fellow who was like a trapper who was a big trapper in the area in the 1800s. He's got like everything named after him.
And it sounds like it was his talent.
Logan, Utah is a great superhero name. They're like,
yep,
right? Logan, Utah.
Jackson, the long two, fight for it.
Now, that was a good shot for John Jackson, coming off that ball screen, even though it was a late contest. Pretty good shot, but boy, he takes some. He's 3 for 10 already.
BR looking for some help. Wallace. BR in and out. Porter's got it for the Aggies. Brito, Anderson, back to Brito, switch. What a luxury to have a guy like Brito to come off the bench and lead the six, you know, who's ever out there on the floor. So unselfish. Baristich, 3.
He missed that beautiful turnaround move, but he is an excellent face-up shooter. It's kind of funky. It comes off a little flat. He can absolutely shoot the basketball.
Brito's triple no. Nice pass from Jackson. Bior wasn't set to make the next pass.
So checking back in with that poll, guys, who will be the leading scorer? 85% of people said Sam Merrill. He's quieted down just a little bit, but everybody else seems to be heating up. And I do want to talk about him because he's quite the story, really. You look at him, maybe he's not looking like the most athletic guy in the world, but he just seems to do everything right. He's got all the intangibles down to a T, and that just makes him such a good player. Coach Smith was talking about how he's become a better perimeter defender, but he grew up in Logan, always knew he was going to go to Utah State. His dad was born in Logan. His mom was an Aggie. His sister played soccer, was a goalkeeper here for Utah State. He committed when he was a sophomore. Really didn't take any other official visits. He knew he was going to be an Aggie as well. It's really cool just knowing his allegiance to this school. But he grew up a competitor, whether it was Can Jam or whatever he was playing with his siblings. He was overly competitive, and they said some of his young youth coaches were talking about how he was so competitive. He was that guy that when he gets upset, he's throwing the ball into the bleachers. He's making everybody run it back if he loses in a scrimmage in practice, even if practice is officially over. He wants to run it back. He's overly competitive. And guys, when they got into the NCAA tournament and they lost to Washington, he said that he's watched every single game that he's ever played in. He has not watched that game. He can't bring himself to do it, but the crazier part is he does have a screenshot of that final score. It is the background screensaver of his phone for this year, guys.
You know, a couple years ago, when he first got here, they had Jalen Moore, whose dad played here, and his dad was in the athletic department. They had Colton McEwen, who was a very highly touted recruit from Canada, who's now playing at Marquette. And there were a lot of expectations. Tim Duryea had taken over the program, and you know, McEwen was a little bit selfish, so was Jalen Moore. And you know, as both of those two left, and obviously a coaching change was made, you wondered if Merrill, if his wiring would stay the same as a humble kid who shares the basketball, plays hard, as his stardom rose, and it hasn't changed. I mean, he's really, as you point out, a special kid in that I thought Jalen Moore put too much expectations on himself, and Colton McEwen was just a tough fit here for the Cache Valley.
I think it tells you about people wanting to stay here and raise their families. You've got multiple dads who said after my playing career, like you said, is Sam Merrill hits the 3. But you talked about the payoff if you stay in your community, right? You know that there's jobs, there's other things, but you've got a couple of parents who stay.
That's the whole thing about college, which we don't pay enough attention to, is you're going to get your next job where the alums are from your,
right.
You know?
And the two of their elite players in the last 6-7 years, Jalen Moore and Sam Merrill, grew up wanting to be a part of this program.
My first job came from an alum of my school, Stony Brook. It's just about being in the family.
Yep.
Anderson can't finish. Keaton Wallace the rebound. Baristich with the left, no, but Anderson's going to get called for the bump.
Well, this is what good basketball teams do. They make one more pass, one extra pass. Perfect example is, Justin Bean doing what he does, gets the rebound. Abel Porter's a good shooter, but he's like, I got a great shooter next to me. One more pass. And that one more pass, it goes in, and it just feels good to make that extra pass.
And
it's even better when your best player makes the extra pass.
He'd be more than happy to do it.
But you are who your best player is. Every team is who their best player is. Javon Jackson is UTSA's best player. He plays great energy. He takes bad shots. He's a little bit selfish, and that's their team. Sam Merrill is Utah State's best player. He plays hard. He plays tough. He'll make the extra pass. He'll make the smart play. Occasionally take contested, and that's who their team is. You are who your best player is.
Craig Smith said he could have talked all afternoon about Sam Merrill. He just thinks so much of him as a guy. All right, we're offering a full morning of sports programming on all of our stadium platform. The Territory gets things rolling at 9 Eastern, followed by Emerge, Campus Insiders, and Saucy Trams. The Fantasy Sportsbook comes your way at 6 Eastern. So we've covered for all your sports news all day long. Stadium, welcome to the game. Wallace in traffic, wild shot, no good. So Merrill, all of his points have come from beyond the arc so far. He's got 12 points, 4 or 5 from long. He's wide open.
That's a perfect example. Comes down, jump stop, fakes inside, passes up top, acts like he's going to use a back screen, and then allows the rescreen because he pushes his man, and he gets an open three.
Wallace, nice crossover, can't get the jumper to go. His struggles shooting continue. Porter got bumped.
Lucky there as he was falling down. So here's what I'm talking about. This is a missed shot, but it's a great possession. Now this is the crossover. Excellent crossover. Dollar move, nickel finish. Keaton Wallace just cannot make a shot.
Porter at the free throw line. Hasn't gotten there too much this season. 5 of 7 on the season.
So again, another former walk-on who's just steady Eddie, right?
Hard to believe him and Justin Bean, both former walk-ons. To get 2 walk-ons to become starters on your team, you're doing something right.
Right. What happens is these guys, they go on their mission. People forget about them, and they haven't played in 2 years.
Looking through where some of their players went on their mission, it boggles my mind. One guy goes to Nevada, and the other guy goes to Nicaragua. It's like quite a lottery system. I was asking all kinds of questions about you can, I guess, express places you really don't want to go, but basically the whole point is you're supposed to serve. So wherever they tell you to go,
there you go.
Jackson, well, that is a tough shot. Off the back iron, loose ball. Oh, is he going to run the point here at 7-2? No way. Oh.
Was a Euro doing a Euro?
Yeah. He turns it over, but he looked pretty comfortable handling the rock. What does he need, 4 steps from half court?
What he needs to do in his jersey on the back, Kowalski, is have like lowercase car and ski, so it just says wow, or right? Then when he makes a play, you're like, Kowalski, Kowalski.
Cronin's been quiet. Gives to Jackson. Jackson the blow by, and there's Cronin.
I'm just reading because of all the attention to Jackson, but Karwowski smartly playing. That's a hard thing to do. You're playing back on the screen roll. Get your hands up. Know he's driving into you and don't foul.
Porter, and it's going to be a goaltend.
How good has Abel Porter become?
He's so much more confident.
Abel Porter, of course, Samara, Russia. Actually been there, played professionally in Russia.
Have you played almost 6 continents?
No, but I played professionally in Russia. He was in Samara, Russia for his.
Guys, we already had 20.
No piva, beer.
We already had 25 three-pointers shot in this game so far. I do want to mention how the three-point line has changed, but first, just taking a look at how important the three ball is for UTSA, it accounts for 38% of their total points. They love to shoot the three. The NCAA average you see there is 32%. So the three-point line used to be 19 feet 9 inches. That was back in 1987. And it kept moving back, right? You can see it right there, how it's moved back along the years, right? Now we're at 22 feet 1 3/4 inches. It keeps scooting back. You can see the game of basketball changing a little bit more and more, how guys get used to that. So I'm curious, I'm gonna open a poll now. What do you think about the new three-point line? So here's your options, right? It's perfect, it's not back far enough. You need to add a 4-point line, or just get rid of it altogether.
I don't think anybody wants to get rid of it.
No way.
No way.
Get rid of it. I do love the concept of a 4-point play really deep. I think it'd be fun. It would make end of games just that extra element.
You don't think it would just make people just launch for no reason?
Yeah, it's not a good idea. I played in the
Talk
league.
about bad shots. I can just see bad shots happening left
So
and
you
right.
mentioned I did play in a couple different continents. I played in a league called the ABA. By the way, I would choose. It's perfect.
It's
I like
perfect.
it. I like it back. I like it.
I like where it is right now.
I like it in between high school and the pros.
Yes.
What the pros need to do is add 1-and-1. Right? You have the best players in the world.
Right.
Yep.
The three-point line's further.
Right.
The lane line is wider. You only get 8 seconds to get it across, 24-second shot clock. All the rules because your skill is better.
Right.
Why can't they shoot 1-and-1?
They should have to. I mean, actually, the NBA used to be 3 to make 2. I mean,
Correct.
At least they're trending in the right direction.
So I think it's perfect. Anyway, I played in a league called the ABA 2000. The ABA 2000 had a rule: if you stole the ball in the backcourt or from a pass that started in the backcourt, you got an extra point.
Ellam's 3 in and out. Porter finds Miller. Hasn't found the range tonight. He'll keep firing him up there. 1 for 4. Jackson, step back. That's nice. Silences the crowd for a moment here at the Spectrum.
You are never out of the game with number 2 in a Roadrunner uniform because he can fill it up.
It's good defense.
Great
They're all
defense.
over Merrill. Bell take it all the way. Looks like he lost the handle even before the contact.
And he jumped in, but smartly to draw the foul. So I want to show you something. This is out of a timeout. It's called an ATO, after timeout. Freeze it right here. This is called Spain. Okay, this is called Spain. These two guys screen. This is Javon Jackson setting the screen. So what's going to happen is, after he comes off the screen roll, Javon Jackson's going to pop out. Either he's open, the roll man's open, or in this case, because everybody's paying attention to Jackson, you end up getting a wide open layup and kick out for 3. Play known as Spain.
I like it. And everything worked except for the shot. Well-designed play.
Al makes the second one.
Well, you can see the poll results right there. 68% think that that new three-point line, it's perfect. 18% already agree with you. Put in a 4-point line.
Get rid of it. Oh! Karwowski! That was up in the square.
Yeah, that was awesome. He's got 8 points in the first half. But he got a hand on that. They say he's more of a finesse shot blocker. Putting in the hard, dirty work in there. Porter, nice handoff. Oh, here come the Roadrunners. Woo. Wow. Offensive
offensive foul. No basket. That's a big call right there. They could have trimmed it from 7.
This move was ridiculous from Javon Jackson. I got to see if Sam Merrill got his feet set. There's Rito throwing the ball up to Karwowski. And Utah State does a great job of that's called snaking a ball screen. Because ball screens now, everybody forces you down to the baseline side.
He tried to make the crafty pass. Merrill couldn't handle it. A little behind him. So a minute and 50 seconds to go here in the first half. It's here for the Roadrunners trying to get this to single digits for the half.
I mean, you know, there's been some spurts here where Utah State looks like they're about to put them away. They're only down 10. Obviously, that third foul, right? Third foul for Javon Jackson is why he came out. I don't know if you take him out on an offensive series, though.
We got a travel on Bior.
Tim Bior has got a ton of energy and athleticism, but just a couple little things in terms of cleaning up. Steve Henson not happy with the officiating. Steve Henson, part of that 1988 Kansas State team.
Merrill hit the deck hard there. They got 5-on-4 for the moment. Merrill hustling back, but can't get off the shot. Wallace will be the go-to guy here with Jackson on the bench. And he lost the handle. It's going to be Utah State basketball.
In 1988, Steve Henson was the point guard. Mitch Richmond was the 2 guard. And they lost to Kansas in the Elite 8. Kansas played Kansas State in the Elite 8 to play in Kansas City. Kansas won the national championship that year. They beat Oklahoma.
What a year.
All Big 8 teams. In where the Big 8, Kemp Arena, the Big 8 used to play their tournament.
I liked it when they used to play the Final Four in the regular-sized arenas instead of in the football stadiums.
Agree, but if you can find a way to generate the same revenue of 75,000 seats, knock yourself out.
I remember my mom's a professor at Wisconsin under Dick Bennett. They went to play in Indianapolis in 2000.
Yeah.
They'd already lost to Michigan State
Mike
3
Kelly?
times.
Sure.
Yeah. And I just remember we were watching. I felt like we might as well have been watching from a helicopter. It was so big. I didn't feel like I was like at a basketball game. I agree we should have better seats.
This last year in Minneapolis was very good. They've done a better job, and the newer places they set them up a little bit better. But you're right. I mean, Houston was bad, but it gave us one of the greatest games we've ever seen in that Villanova ending against North Carolina.
I had Villanova in my brackets that year, and I thought that they weren't going to finish the deal. I didn't see them winning with that shot. That 3 is good. So they've got it to 9. Utah State will hold for the final shot. Got to figure Sam Merrill's going to get a touch here at some point. Merrill's got 14 points in the game.
Horn set. Horn strong handoff off the double staggered screen.
Merrill's triple. Got it.
So easy.
Wallace. And we've come to the end of the first half. Utah State leads 41-29 behind 17 points from Sam Merrill, who knocked down 5 threes.
And it's the pace by which they get to it, the double high ball screen, and Germany slow closing out on the All-American. Sam Merrill didn't have to sprint at all. Just got himself to his spot, manipulated the 3 straight staggered screens, and makes a 3 for his 15, 16, and 17 points.
All right, Danny, you got the man with you?
Coach, Merrill started the game off well for you, and he ended that half where you needed a boost going into the locker room. You've gone on some runs in this game, but UTSA seems to have answered them and kept it closer than maybe you would have liked. How do you stretch this score out here in the second half?
Well, they're a good team, and they're a very dangerous team, and they're high octane, and they score in runs. And that's what it played out tonight. You know, we get our lead, then they go on a 10-0 run. We gave up 3 baskets in transition defense. We gave up 3 baskets on offensive rebounds. And we know coming in, they run a lot of good stuff. Obviously, Wallace and Jackson are very good. But we knew we had to get back on defense and got a rebound.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about the rebounding because they are playing fast.
Cut me off.
No, I didn't cut you off.
No,
because you said a great point, and that's what I want to bring up right now, because Jackson just launches this ball from multiple places, which means long rebounds, which means everybody's got to fight for those boards. They are currently have the edge over you on rebounds. What are you going to tell your guys in the locker room and to get a little bit more physical?
Well, long shots equal long rebounds. We got to do a better job of guarding the ball, because when you have to help and you're in rotation, that opens up offensive rebounding lanes. And then 2, we got to go make hits earlier, certainly. Long shots, long rebounds. When we secure them, I think we can get out in transition and make them pay.
Go do it, Coach. I waited an extra second there just for you. See you in the second half. Thank you.
All right. I love me some Craig Smith. Nice
By the
job,
way,
Danny.
that 3 helped a lot of people in Las Vegas. Covered the halftime.
Oh, the
number.
halftime spread.
Yeah. Big
On top
3.
of everything. All right, recently, Stadium's Shams Charania had a chance to sit down with LA Laker Anthony Davis to talk about the transition to Los Angeles, playing with the King, and growing up in Chicago. Here's a look.
That was pretty cool. Nice to see that long-form interview with Anthony Davis. Beautiful shot on the campus of Utah State here in the Cache Valley in Logan, Utah. We bring it back inside the Spectrum. We'll bring it
Coach,
back inside.
they tried to throw a couple punches there at you guys, and you were able to respond. Your offense is quicker than theirs. You were able to speed them up a little bit, too. What did you like in that first half, and what did you tell your guys in that locker room about what to change?
Well, I thought on the half court defensively we did a pretty good job. Obviously, they have great spurtability and great scores. They move the ball so well. We got to keep them out of transition. We got to take care of the ball and take good shots to keep them out of transition. But I thought we were locked in pretty good on the half court defense. Offensively, didn't have a lot going. We hit some tough shots, missed some good looks too. So got to clean some things up. Take better care of the basketball.
Your bench did pretty well, though. Outscored them 11-2. What did you like from your bench players?
Yeah, those guys have been doing a good job. We trust them. They get in there and fight like crazy. And big chore here. We just got to avoid the big run. They had that big run there, and after we had made our nice little push, they had a big run, and we got to avoid those.
Thanks, Coach. Best of luck in the second half.
Thank you.
Ari?
All right, thanks, Danny. All right, did the first half sort of go as you expected, or did you learn something about one of these teams in the first half?
Look, Karwowski, I think, is surprisingly talented and skilled at this point in his arrival here on campus and playing. You know, I would have thought without Nima Keita, look, Keita's not a great offensive player. I mean, he's more of a defensive player. But I'm surprised at how well he operates within the system, but it's designed for a guy like him. I actually agree with Coach slightly. They lost Sam Merrill a couple times early, and he got it going. And when you have 17 points at the half and your team has 41, you'd think that he scored the whole. But remember, there was that 6 or 7 minute stretch where they couldn't score. And that's what he's talking about. Once they locked in defensively and stopped turning it over, the problem was the spurts came from the turnovers. The spurts came from the runouts, the extra possessions like this one. So I would say, in addition to not turning the basketball over, not giving up second shot opportunities to Utah State, and then you had one. In a set play situation, you know they're going to 5. You got to find a way to get the ball out of his hands.
He was very efficient in the first half, 5 of 10 from the field, 5 of 7 from beyond the arc. So a 12-point game, and Javon Jackson, the star for the Roadrunners, he's got 3 personal fouls, so he's going to need to be smart through this first stretch. And, you know, his game is a very aggressive offensive style.
Yeah, I mean, look, he has 3 fouls, and I can name in my head. He had a hand check here at midcourt, which is just dumb. And then he had an aggressive one where he made a great move, and Sam Merrill slid underneath him. Probably wasn't in charge, but they'd love to call it if your feet are outside the. So if you just don't foul on defense, just play without your hands, he'll probably be fine. Probably be fine. They give you 5. Don't get your 4th.
Roadrunners will start out with the basketball. We are set for the start of the second half. Utah State looking to stay unbeaten. They're 4-0. Roadrunners looking for their first win. They're 0-4.
Just an ISO for Keaton Wallace to start the half.
Wallace, no. And the big guy from Poland comes up with the rebound. He did a great job on the glass. He's now got 7 rebounds. Merrill, why not? A long 2 that time for Merrill.
He looks like he'd never get tired shooting because of the ease at which he just flips.
But he just look he doesn't sprint. He just changes his pace. You saw Javon Jackson. There's Jackson that smartly.
Yep.
You play without your hands in college basketball, they almost never call you for a foul.
Miller was quiet from distance, and that one spins out. He did connect once from three-point land. Now 1 for 5 in the game.
Watch Jackson. He gets his transition drag. He wants to attack.
Just misses. Merrill got hit. It's a late call, but they get the call. They foul on the Roadrunners.
Just a stray foot, I think, that caught him. I do like those shorts.
That's a good look.
I don't like the return of these shorter shorts. Those look like a 7-inch inseam. Watch Javon Jackson just kind of streaks through, almost makes this layup. Cronin gets called for that foul.
Cronin making his 105th consecutive start tonight. 3rd longest streak in America. Bean gets the 2.
Well, you like black beans. You know, white beans are underrated.
They're pretty good. Oh, I like them
good
too.
Soup.
Jackson's got Miller on him now. We're going to have an offensive foul. Baristich.
I mean, this is how you're supposed to post up.
He's just because he caught him underneath.
I understand, and they might go to the monitor on it, which is what they're going to go do. This is just, you know, like, and I'm smaller than Abel Porter. This should not be a flagrant foul. It honestly shouldn't be a foul because we're making it so that a big guy whose elbow is at the height of Abel Porter somehow is doing something where he's just posting up. Now he's got his left hand wrapped a little bit. Now his right hand's out. And yes, he technically catches him with an elbow. And by letter of the law, you could call that a flagrant one. But that's not a flagrant one.
I sure hope
that's posting up. I would guess they'll call it a flagrant one.
Remember back when to get a flagrant foul, you basically needed to draw blood? It's no longer the case.
Well, what they did was they eliminated the intentional foul.
Yeah.
They had the flagrant 1 and flagrant 2.
And Porter sold it pretty good.
No, I mean, he got hit in the chop.
Yeah.
He got one of the chops, but that also is basketball. So we tell kids in my program, like, hey, basketball is a contact sport. It's not a collision sport. It's a contact sport. The question now at least they've taken out, is it intent or not intent? And they're just going to call that a common foul.
Normally they'd come over and explain, but we get the explanation. Merrill wants it. Porter finally gets it to him. Looking inside for Bean. Now just shoots a 3. A little short on that one. Bior with the rebound. They find a way to get Jackson a look.
There's that Spain set again. He didn't turn the corner this time.
Wallace, step back. Nicely done. Keaton Wallace. Oh, the spin move. That's out of bounds.
Barisic has been he's been their best interior player. He hit that 1-3, got fouled and up and under. Probably done the best job of helping as well.
Merrill uses the screen. Nice bounce pass to Bean for the easy 2. Merrill's such a nice passer.
We'll try and get Keaton Wallace going. He got that one drive and pull up.
Oh, that's a good look.
Why are you not going up?
Wallace, the triple, gets it to go.
This is what Roadrunner fans have been waiting for all season, is Keaton Wallace to start running a fever. Hit the pull-up. That's a good, should have been an assist with Bjorn. Bjorn finds him, he hits a three.
Good defense there from Wallace. Merrill has to track it back, so plenty of time on the shot clock. Miller. 1 for 6 now. Three-point land. Their top three-point shooter. Wallace, is he feeling it? No, not this time.
He is. That wasn't a great shot, but a little bit of a heat check for him.
Oh, Merrill wanted it. The lob for Bean. That was ambitious. Real ambitious there.
You know, we saw this with San Diego State tonight. You guys can freeze it right here. Freeze it right here. So Sam Merrill's coming off a ball screen. So all eyes are on him. But watch what Utah State does. They come and set a little flare screen for Miller, the shooter, with Justin Bean, a non-shooter. This is what we saw San Diego State do this, using their four-man instead of spacing the floor as a flare screener. Have a new twist in college basketball when you have a non-shooting stretch four.
Guys, I want to tell you a little quick story here about the assistant coach over there, Mike Peck for UTSA.
Sure.
He coached Anthony Bennett, Tristan Thompson, Corey Joseph. So he was at Findlay, won 3 national championships. That's in Vegas. He also was the video coordinator at UNLV. So he was in Vegas for a while, right? And whenever his players started to feel down or whatever, he took them on a field trip. And he took them to go visit his daughter, Maddie. You see her right there. She was born with a chromosome abnormality. She was born in 1999, and she's been nonverbal and in a wheelchair her entire life. She's nourished through a feeding tube. She's 20 years old, but her mental development is that of an infant. But when he brings his players to her school that she attends, and they see everybody and interacts with everyone, and then they get back in the van, he turns to them and says, "Now what's your problems?" Dead silence. Sometimes you need a guy on your staff that can put things in perspective and really show your players the bigger picture in life, because sometimes those little things just don't matter. And just really a shout out to him and his family. His family's still in Vegas because that climate works well for Maddie. His wife, just a saint, being able to take care of her while he obviously is in San Antonio. But having a guy at the helm that has something like that at home, someone that is obviously motivating him, can really start to be a motivator for some of his players as well. And he brought that to San Antonio. They actually visited one of those chromosome specialty clinics in their spare time for a service project back in March. So he's brought that all the way to San Antonio with him.
And one of the other assistants on that bench, that's Adam Hood. You remember when Air Force was dominated, was atop the Mountain West, he was their best player. Because Utah State wasn't in the Mountain West at that point in time.
Yet.
They were dominating the Big West back then.
I made a comment earlier today that since that whole group of schools joined the Mountain West, if you combine football and basketball, Utah State has represented themselves very well in the Mountain West.
Well, they didn't for the first 3 or 4 years. It was very difficult sledding.
Yeah, especially the hoops was. But, you know, when Stu Morrill was still here, they were still pretty good. It wasn't until Duryea took over that they were a couple of lean years here. And the football team of late was great.
Second team foul.
Stadium is your new way to watch national sports. The only 24/7 network available on both television and digital devices without a cable subscription. Live and classic games, daily live studio, and original programming. Check your local listings or go to watchstadium.com. Stadium, welcome to the game.
From 1999, okay, until 2012, so roughly 13 years.
Yep.
Stu Morrill's teams won 20 or more games. And honestly, until those last 2 years they were in the WAC, they won 24 or more games. So when they got to the Mountain West, when the Mountain West was elite back then, they were 18-14, 18-13 his first 2 years. You're going from low major basketball to high major, to mid-major basketball.
Porter, no, I used to think Utah State was the best kept secret in basketball. Nobody knew about it. And now I feel like Craig Smith's got him on the map. I mean, you're not 15 in America, depending on what poll you use. They've got the attention and the respect of people all over the country. Said it was really hard to schedule games out of the non-conference. Nobody wanted to come here and play. Think about it. How many Pac-12 schools do you think want to come here and play a game?
No, but you're not going to. You're not going to play. You're not going to play a Mountain West.
Home and home, you would?
No. UNLV is the only. UNLV. San Diego State can't even get a Pac-12 team to come into their place.
They can in football, but I'm surprised they can't do it in basketball. Football, you'll see
Arizona. You think somebody's going to go to Logan?
Right, it's tough. But
it took New Mexico like 30 years to get Arizona, a traditional rival, to come back and play them. You might do a 2-for-1 where you get a third neutral, but not with Logan. No, just not. You have to play a game in Salt Lake or
a neutral site of some kind.
Yeah. You know, they had a team here, I think 08, 09 or 07, 08, won 30 games. Gary Wilkinson, Jared Quayle, Ty Wesley. That was a 30-win team. This team is that good.
And they won 28 a year ago. Bell has been a real shot of positive basketball for this team. He's come off the bench and delivered. He's got 10 points in the game. Oh! Brito up high for the putback. Jackson's triple. The rebound. Zumbel needs a heat check.
And it's almost like a diamond in one as they're face guarding Javon Jackson way out wide. Zuma's like, fine. Nobody else wants to take it? I will. Front rim and Diego Brito getting to the dunk, talking to his teammates. His teammates more excited than he was. Not known for his fantastic finishes.
Mr. Versatility, though. He can do a bit of everything. And Bean travels with it. It's now 11 turnovers for each team. Look, the Roadrunners are hanging around. It's still a 12-point game. 12:51 to go.
Now, Alfonso Anderson now getting some minutes at the 5. And obviously, all of this is you're just trying to earn minutes when Nemec Queta comes back and returns. Here's John with Javon Johnson. You mentioned you had it cut, now it's 12, and you get a turnover. You don't even get a shot at it.
Brito, elbow jumper. Way too strong. Bean's there to clean up. Justin Bean. Bean's now got 9 points and 8 rebounds. Averaging a double-double, 14 points and 11 boards a game. Dramatic improvement from a year ago for Justin Bean, who did come on in the tournament. Jackson, that's a real tough shot, no good. Bean up high for the rebound. They can't buy one. 3 chances, 3 misses. Miller's 3. Bean the rebound.
What a play.
And the assist. Brito gets easy too.
What a play.
Did you ever have to play with a mask? No. That looks like it'd be super challenging.
Zumo gets the drive. I mean, there's people that think I should do television with a mask on.
Greg Smith calling out the play. Matt Merrill's like having another coach out on the floor.
One more.
There it is. Brito, the triple. Nope. One thing Coach Smith says he loves about this year's teams, he said he can drop a play they've never run before and they can just run it.
Well, they're a very connected team.
Yeah.
You watch them practice and you think that. You watch them warm up, you think that. You watch them in film, you think that. Snap.
It was a very clear over and back that the referees missed.
Yes, I agree with
And that got the assistant coach up and yelling and got that warning.
Timeout on the floor.
Watch this play from Bean. Tremendous plays. Miller shoots the three. It's just short. Bean gets it, finds his teammate at the last second.
Now, you very nicely said, you know, he looks like a bit of a dork. He showed real athleticism there. You would have expected that.
He doesn't look like a bit of a dork. He looks like a dork, but it doesn't matter. He can really
He's
play.
obviously very tough.
Big play.
Okay, guys, I do want
Look at the welt on his arm right there.
I know. I told you.
Show me
bubble
that
wrap.
picture again. He's got a big welt on his arm.
He needs some bubble wrap. I tried to tell you.
Look at that, right? Look at that right there. That is a man, right? He's got the mask on. Puts on the foil before every game.
I love it. Guys, it's actually kind of interesting. Nobody's shot a free throw so far in the second half. I've been waiting to talk to anybody about this just to pull it out because I saw them do it. I saw them bring it out at halftime. So now that UTSA is going this side of the court towards the student section,
Yes.
right? The students actually have this giant, large cutout that they're hiding at their feet right now of Namita Keita, their injured player. It's got like wired arms and a full body. It's a giant thing that's
Right.
going to spread across the entire student section to kind of distract them. But we talked a little bit about him earlier, their star center. He's the one that's out right now with that sprain, maybe dislocated kneecap, sprained knee. He's just really trying to overcome that knee injury. He was huge for them last year, though. 11.8 points, 8.9 rebounds, 2 blocks per game as a freshman. He did declare for the NBA draft, worked out for the Utah Jazz, pulled out later, decided to do at least one more year at Utah State, right? He's got all the Logan faithful here, very excited. But 7 players besides Keita are 6'7" or taller. So right now is really the time that they can experiment with lineups, experiment with throwing Kuba, your favorite guy, Kowalski. I'm going to call him that, even though I don't think that's how you actually say his last name, is it?
More fun, though.
But it does give him, is it? You might be right, a big old wow in the middle. But it gives them a chance to kind of test him out, maybe throw him in the waters a little, or throw him in the fire a little bit, get him a little bit more comfortable. They've done smaller lineups, they've done bigger lineups. A lot of shuffling around while Keita's out.
Jackson knocks down the jumper, back to a 12-point game. UTSA keeps hanging around. Brito. Merrill's three, not this time. Bean fights for it. The Roadrunners come away with it. And Jackson, see if he can find some space. And that's partially blocked by Justin Bean. Back to Bean. Finds Miller, the three. He just, so rare to see him struggle this much from beyond the arc. Now 1 for 8. Merrill. He's now got 21 points to lead all scorers. Zumbel leaves it way short. That's an air ball. Nice extra pass. Anderson's three. No. Bean fights for it, keeps it alive. And Miller, there it is. Brock Miller knocks out his second triple. Brito the steal. And the finish. He's had a real nice game. And it's a 19-point lead.
And Diego Brito just runs through and gets a steal. It's like unacceptable for your UT San Antonio. It's not that you have inexperienced players. You have your two best players turning the basketball over, and now all of a sudden the game is out of hand, and the crowd's into it, and they're feeling good about themselves.
We'll be right back from these words from the Mountain West in these respective schools. Saturday, it's Conference USA football. Marshall visits Charlotte. Catch the game at 3:30 p.m. Eastern on Stadium, the only 24/7 network available on both television and digital devices without a cable subscription. Stadium, welcome to the game.
Oh!
Bean gets the block. Get the ball back to him. Well, Miller, just be a long two if it goes.
He didn't even grip the ball.
And Anderson gets it to go. Anderson's been pretty quiet tonight. That's his first field goal. A 21-point lead, largest of the night for Utah State. Wallace's three is good.
Well, and if there's one takeaway, and Keen Wallace, they ran a clear out for him last time he got a shot block. If there's one thing for UT San Antonio that's good to see, Keen Wallace made 3 shots here in the second half. He had made a shot seemingly the entire season.
He's now 4 of 15 on the night. Porter's going to drive. Brito, yes! What a night. He's got 13 points on 6 of 12 shooting. Wallace, and that was blocked by Bean.
But Bean has blocked 3 of those jump shots.
Yep.
They continue to underestimate his athleticism.
Brito again. Not this time. Bean another rebound.
He just outworked Keaton Wallace for the ball.
Bean's now got 11 rebounds.
And he can play on my team anytime. Just does everything that you don't want to do. Man, I hate post defense. He plays it. I hate offensive rebounding. He does it.
Anderson. His third 3 of the season. So when I was talking to their staff, I mean, he's now basically playing in Quinn Taylor's role from a year ago. And
Yes.
that's an upgrade with Anderson, just because he's more athletic. You win 28 games, you come back, your team's even better. Amazing. Jackson stop and pop. Splash for Javon Jackson. Yaya has checked in. He's guarding Porter. Miller hit one. Time for another one.
Craig Smith is not happy. They're trying to run a play. And Miller's playing selfishly. He says, my bad. He touched himself on the chest.
Oh, yeah, no, he's fired up.
I want to show you, this is something that teams work on as Justin Bean has the ball. Go ahead and roll it, guys. Bean has the basketball. As he finds Abel Porter, Porter catches it, frees it right here. Okay? This is called baseline drive, baseline drift. Porter drives to the baseline, and watch Brito. He gets right to the baseline to get a shot because defensively, you're going to follow the basketball. Gets his feet set, gets ready, catches, shoots the ball. And it's just a team that, again, connected, always watching the basketball, moving without the basketball. Ball moves, you move.
I mean, they average almost 21 assists per game, which adds to that connectedness.
Yeah, it's time now, though, for our play of the game.
Okay.
I don't know if any stick out in your mind to you, but here's what we got for you, all right? Here's the first one.
Sam Merrill to Miller.
Oh, the putback.
Look at this putback by your guy, Brito, with the finish. Let's take a look at the second one here. This UTSA turnover right here. This was a good one. Slams it home. That's Miller on that one, and then Brito. Once again, like you said, you don't want to rebound, don't worry. Brito will do it for you. Coach calls him a Swiss Army knife. Funny about that, though, is his dad is actually a butcher, so he knows all about knives.
Right.
But he is quite the Swiss Army knife, can do it all. So 1, 2, or 3, guys, what do you think?
You're going 3 with the dunk?
Seemed to get really, the place loved it.
I actually am more, I like the rebound pass from Bean.
Yeah, that was nice. Very nice.
That's your favorite?
I'm gonna go Bean, yeah.
Bean.
Bean,
You know
Brito,
what?
Bueno.
It is just
Bean
in
burrito.
bean time here. Remember? I told you at the top of the broadcast, everybody brought beans. It was actually kind of funny as I'm climbing through the bleachers. There's all these cans of different kinds of beans.
What are your favorite kinds of beans?
Well, do you go with black or pinto when you go to like a Chipotle? I go with black.
I like pinto. I used to like black or refried.
I like green beans. You
green
can't
beans
forget
are good.
about those.
Green beans are great.
And
Especially
I saw
Thanksgiving
some,
ones.
well, you also have the, what are the sweet ones called? Baked beans? Those are delicious.
baked
Baked beans are good.
Look at that guy. He's crowd surfing
Hey,
on
well,
live
it's got me
there.
already thinking about the player of the game. I got to tell you, it seems like a bean kind of night.
We post-game Chipotle, is that what we're doing?
Oh.
Is there somewhere open after game time in Logan, Utah?
I know the Chili's is, because I almost got beat up there once.
Which is a great story, so you should
Yeah.
ask me about that after.
It's not appropriate for television, but I'll tell you after the game.
I like it. There, and just in case you're wondering about the coffee thing, there is a Starbucks drive-through.
Yes, there is.
So, well, Utah's nice, man. Population just over 50,000. Altitude just under 5,000 feet, so you're just below a mile high.
Anderson, that burrito. Here come the Roadrunners. Aia. Oh, that's a tough shot going to the reverse over the 7-2 defender. Is Sam Merrill done for the night, do you think?
Yeah.
Oh, then he just walked to the score table, so it shows
No.
Yeah. Let's cut back. There it is for Brock Miller.
Hey, Brock Miller, he came in with only, what, 7 made 2-point shots? He's got, I think, 3 tonight.
Two 2-point field goals,
They
which
missed
is a
that
bunch
one
for
this
him.
week.
Yep. EIA, I apologize. EIA. Just 3 letters.
Yes. Adoki Iai.
Nice hesitation.
Diogo Burrito. That's one of the great names in
it's
college
great.
basketball.
And he's got 15 points. He's having a terrific night. And then he picks up the foul.
That was on Diego Rico.
Sam Merrill is going to check back in.
So
So is
I
Sean
would guess, just a guess, I don't know, you put him in, you're 24, but you probably run 1 or 2 plays for him, trying to get him one more look.
And
He's
then
got,
I really need the Roadrunners to shoot a free throw so we can see what the fans have for us. I
well,
want
there's
to see
no
the
Wild
Cada
Bill.
thing.
What happened to Wild Bill? Is he gone? He's just old now?
Hey, he only comes out when
I
it
thought they
counts.
had, yeah, he only comes out for the big games?
Yeah.
Wild Bill's gotten arrogant. He's like, man, I'm not coming out for UT San Antonio.
Yeah, you
Tell me when the Aztecs come to town.
Then I'll be there. That is a launch. Merrill the rebound.
I will say this about Javon Jackson and Keaton Wallace. They are shooting right at their averages, right?
Yes.
Jackson is 7 for 24, 1 for 11 from 3. And that's right
It's a
about
staggering number of shots, 24. "24 shots, just 15 points. Oh, nice look.
Wow, there's your play of the game.
Merrill the burrito. Shot 25. How about 26? No.
Adrian Rodriguez from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Union High School getting a little run. For the Roadrunners. Just gonna run that high ball screen, I guess.
Well, the average point differential for Utah State for their first 4 games, just under 33 points. Small consolation. UT San Antonio's kept it closer than that. Utah State's been blowing people out. Oh,
Same
another
play.
great pass.
Well, it's the same action. They're just running that high ball screen, and when you get caught watching the ball, they basket cut.
All right, so we got to find out who won the play of the game.
Well, I hope you guys are ready to have some bean burritos, right? This is the play of the game right here. 46% of you decided it. Although the one that just happened possibly could have been in the running.
Yeah.
But this
that
is
was
the
nice.
one we're going with.
The Justin Bean
Just
burrito
beautiful.
combo.
Bean burrito combo.
Right?
So now's the time of the program where we try to pick
That
the
is
player
definitely
of
a
the game.
flour tortilla, by the way, that bean
Flour.
burrito.
Let's talk about player of the game, shall we? Here are the nominees, right?
Okay.
Burrito, of course. He is killing it. We've been talking about him
Some
all
stats.
second half. I think it's 15 points now after that shot, so 15.6 rebounds for him. Merrill, 21 points, 5 of 9 from three-point playing.
But I sort of expect that from Sam. That's
You
why
do?
I kind of want
Okay.
to find somebody else.
Well, let's
to
talk
do.
Bean then, right?
All right.
Yeah, I
9
like Bean.
points, 11 rebounds, just shy of a double-double. If that
And
hasn't
then he's
changed
got
in the
that thing
past
in his
couple
arm,
seconds.
too. That should
And
count
he had
as well.
at least 3 block shots that I can recall in the
He
game.
does.
Yeah.
And he only got credit for one.
Very interesting that there has been no free throws in this second half. So that's been interesting. But these are your nominees. You can see the ticker moving. Let us know who you think is the player of the game. And guys, out of those
Sam Merrill's been
choices
the
there,
best. Sam Merrill's been the best player.
yeah, I mean, because he's just got the vision and he's got the buckets.
Yeah. Burrito's done a really nice job, and he's done it. How about this? 17 points in 24 minutes,
Efficient.
right? And 7 rebounds. So maybe I'll go with Burrito. I mean, Merrill can win at any time, but
Yeah.
Burrito's giving them great energy. He did get that dunk.
It's pretty close,
I'm
but
surprised
Burrito's-
Bean doesn't have more votes right now. I mean, it's the Bean night here. They brought cans of beans. I
Bean
mean,
is going to be a
it's his
guy, if he
day.
stays here, if he moves back to Oklahoma, like, you get him on your adult league team.
Right.
Or, you know, every Mormon church has a basketball court in it. Like Sunday morning, super early, Brother Bean's going to come in just wearing dudes
What,
out.
do they play before services on Sunday?
They'll play like every morning.
Okay.
If you ever want to get some run, get to know the Mormon dudes. They love hoop, and they always play early in the morning.
That ATO didn't work out that time.
Well, you got a freshman throwing the ball and turning it over. Not what you're looking for. Now Sam Merrill is out.
He almost came down with rain on it. That floater ends up being an air ball. Whiteside gets it blocked. Anderson to give to Bairstow. Oh boy, he almost lost it. But he gets the 2.
It still counts.
Yeah, and first
Still
points of the
counts.
night. Burrito, another steal. Throw it off the board to him. Wanted to give Bairstow a chance to throw everybody. He can throw it down.
Trevindorius coming in. There's our player of the game, Diogo Burrito.
Well done. He finishes his night with 17 points and 7 rebounds. Anderson, open 3, short, tracks it down with the left hand. Somehow gets it to go. That's a real nice find to pick up a junior college guy who come off the bench, give you that kind of energy.
Well, he's versatile as well.
Yeah.
Can play the 4 and the 5. Can be a little small forwarded sometimes.
Ford with it. That looked like a travel, no call. Bairstow the rebound. All right, we got a minute to go. And they're up by 30. Well, they may get to their average margin of victory.
Yeah, you heard the crowd up by 30. They got LSU upcoming in Jamaica. 2
They got
climates.
St. Mary's, who they really beat up pretty good last year. I got a feeling St. Mary's is going to be looking forward to that.
2 very similar climates, Logan, Utah, and Jamaica.
Montego Bay, not a
Montego
bad
Bay,
spot to be.
And for UT San Antonio, look, man, it's hard. You playing these true road games. They got to find a 3rd offensive weapon, and they got to get their stars shooting a better percentage.
Dorius gets the dunk, and now there's the 32-point lead. I can't believe UTSA is not going to shoot a free throw in the entire second half. We're never going to get to see
Decatur. I mean, it's not often you see a game where the team doesn't shoot a single free throw and a half. All right,
I would guess Steve Henson might mention that in the postgame.
Yeah, right?
But neither team, look, combined only 11 free throws.
Apparently these guys, refereeing crew, had
got a plane
dinner
to catch.
reservations.
Got a plane to catch.
That's right.
42 after the hour. That's a new record.
That's amazing. Final score, 82-50. The Aggies improved to 5-0. Congratulations to Craig Smith. Got himself a terrific team. This team's got a chance to do something this year. He said they, all offseason, all these guys, they weren't thinking about 28 wins. They were thinking about that one loss to Washington in the tournament. And they've got a great senior guard. You always like teams in the tournament with a great senior guard. It's a long ways away, but they can be a team in March. It could be fun for maybe a bracket buster, or maybe they'll be seeded so high they won't be a bracket buster.
That's not a bracket buster.
Well,
They're ranked 15th in the country.
Yeah.
They won the
Amazing.
league and won the NCAA tournament. Won a game in the NCAA tournament last year. Like, this is a legit team here. They're in college basketball. You get old and stay old. Nothing's better than that. And they're getting an NBA prospect back. They're not even playing without their best defensive player.
Yeah. The team's got a chance to do something really special. Don't forget that Stadium is your home for Ring of Honor Wrestling. Check out the latest from the Ring of Honor Superstars on all Stadium platforms on Wednesday and Sunday nights at 8 p.m. and 11 p.m. Eastern. Stadium, welcome to the game. Waiting to see who Danny's going to grab over there. I see she's in position. Are we going to get the player of the game?
I'm not kidding. Like, listen, usually college basketball games last in their 2-hour window.
They're always 2 hours.
Hour 42 is a new record. I've been doing this for 17 years. Greg Marshall's first year at Wichita State was the fastest until this moment. It was hour 49.
It's pretty amazing. You got a chance to see the fourth quarter of the Monday night game in Mexico.
Yeah, it was
Chiefs, my Chiefs.
Your Chiefs.
I
My
do their
Chargers.
preseason game, so, you know.
My Chargers.
Okay. That's right.
Your Chiefs.
Okay. It was 17-9 last I checked. Chiefs were up.
24-17 right now, third quarter.
Okay. Let's see what I mean. We're going to see the fourth because these officials knew what they were doing. Let's get out of here.
I know. I'm trying to see what the last flight out of Salt Lake City is.
All right, Danny, what do you got?
Diogo, great game. 30-point win at home before you guys head on the road to go play Jamaica. What did this win do for your team to be able to go on to Jamaica, play with confidence against some good competition?
It's great. It's great. We had a goal, which was go undefeated into Jamaica, and we got it done. And now we got a really tough LSU team coming up, and we're going to make sure we're ready for that.
Diogo, you were voted our Facebook player of the game. You were a Swiss Army knife out there, as you always are. 15 second-half points for you. What was clicking for you in this game?
I actually just felt that my shot was not good today. I was not feeling good, so I made sure that I gave energy wherever I could, whether it was offensive rebounding or playing defense, because sometimes the game is not going your way in a certain aspect. You just got to make sure you make it up with the rest that you can do.
Absolutely. He got 7 rebounds, guys, on top of those 17 points. But you guys also outscored them in the paint 46-16. What can you just say about the overall play of your offense today?
That was great, but we actually make sure we were focused on defense. They have guys that can really light it up, and we were always focused. You know, those 2 guys, they're electric, and make sure we got. You could jump like that. I mean,
unbelievable, right?
Who's more fun than Craig Smith?
I do have some bounce. The coach doesn't know that, but I do have some.
You're hiding it from him? When are you going to show it to him?
Oh, well, I was hiding for the right moment, right?
Love it. Good job to you. And have fun in Jamaica.
Oh, thank you very much. And pessoal aí em casa, adoro-vos, viram o jogo. This is for my Portuguese people.
What did you say?
I love them, and thanks for watching the game.
We love that. Love your support. Thanks so much.
I mean, that guy needs to be on TV more often.
He's great.
Yeah.
He's great.
Smooth.
Portia, and he does have some. He's got some bunnies. Got some bunnies. Exercise science major. Maybe that's what he's been working on in class.
So a nice win tonight for the Aggies. They are 5-0 on the season, and who knows? Is this a Sweet 16 team? What do you think? Sweet 16, man?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Veteran team. All-American guard. They're going to add Nima Keita at some point in the very near future. They block shots. They share the basketball. And they got the bean burrito combo.
On behalf of my broadcast partners, Doug Gottlieb and Danny Kleppinger, I'm Ari Wolf saying goodnight from Logan, Utah. Final score 82-50. For more live games, replays of classic games, and daily original studio programming, visit watchstadium.com or search Stadium in your local channel guide. Take care, everybody.